Hi FS 101 class. In this module, we're going to be discussing personality typology theories. And we're going to focus in on two specific areas: your psychological preferences as measured by the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, and your career interests as measured by the Strong Interest Inventory. Both of these assessments are statistically valid and reliable and have been around for decades, with thousands and thousands of people taking them. I do want to say, however, that both of these assessments are not magic, and they will not magically point you to your perfect career. As with any psychological assessment, there are caveats based on the norming and the development of the tool. So please just think about these two assessments and these two sets of results you will receive as additional food for thought in your career decision making. Again, not magic, not telling you exactly what you should do for a career, but simply giving you additional evidence to add to your list of career priorities. In terms of career priorities, you have already thought about your mindset and your internal locus of control, and you've talked about motivation and your career values. Psychological preferences and interest preferences are simply two more career priorities to add to your consideration. On the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, you will be asked questions designed to evaluate where you stand on 4 sets of dichotomies or facets. The first is the extroversion-introversion dichotomy, and this is how we get our energy and how we interact and focus our attention. So on the extroversion side, people may be inclined to get energy from being with others and focusing on the outside world, whereas on the introversion side, people get their energy from within and focus on more internal reflective activities. The second dichotomy is sensing and intuition, how we take in information about the world around us. I like to think of this one as how we learn. So on the sensing side, we go step by step and we're very concrete and tangible. On the intuition side, we want to see the end result first. We want to look at the big picture and we look at patterns to learn. With the thinking and feeling dichotomy, this is how we make decisions. On the thinking side, we may evaluate our decisions based solely on facts and logic, whereas on the feeling side, we evaluate our decisions thinking about others and maintaining harmony with those decisions. The fourth facet is the judging and perceiving dichotomy. And I have to say, I don't like that judging word. That is just the original label provided in the psychology behind the assessment. So please don't let that word have a negative connotation for you. But this facet means how we organize our lives. On the judging side, we may be more structured and use tools like planners and alarms and reminders. On the perceiving side, we may be more flexible, open, and spontaneous. In our OER, Activity 3.1 has a way to informally think about the 4 facets and to help you informally come up with your type. You will see the descriptions that I just summarized, and then you will see links to larger descriptions. So before you take the formal assessment, I urge you to look at this Activity 3.1 and informally assess yourself based on the descriptions you see here. Then read a little more about that dichotomy, those facets, using the links. It's always interesting to see how close your informal assessment turns out to be with the formal assessment results. The second assessment you will be doing in this module is the Strong Interest Inventory, which is based on research from psychologist John Holland. He developed a theory about how our personality types may fit into our preferred occupational environments. In other words, what are we interested in and what do we like to do? So he came up with this 6-sided shape to indicate the 6 different career areas that we have some combination of. So it actually forms an acronym that I pronounce RIASEC, RIASEC. So realistic interests means people who like to do things. They may work with tools and equipment. Investigative means people who are thinkers. They like to figure out problems and investigate things. Artistic are the creators. These people like to use self-expression and create new things. Social are the helpers. These folks are in helping professions such as teaching, counseling, and again, serving others. Enterprising are known as the persuaders. These folks also like to work with people, but they enjoy leading and management and a lot of business areas, including sales. And then finally, conventional. These are the organizers. These are the folks that like to take chaos and organize it. They will set up systems and develop plans. You will see more in-depth explanations of each of the 6 interest areas here. And similar to the Myers-Briggs, I would like you to look at this section in the OER, read these descriptions, and pick your top 3 in order. The top 3 descriptions that reflect you. But again, put them in order so that you have a 3-letter code informally before taking the Strong Interest Inventory. Activity 3.2 allows you to do this informal assessment using the RIASEC descriptions. And again, it's asking you to have the initials of the 3 personality types you selected in order. Then you'll be able to return to this after taking the Strong Interest Inventory, again, just to see how close your initial assessment was with the formal assessment. Remember, both of these formal assessments are simply ways to give you more information to consider as you are making your career decisions. What I like about both of these assessments is they give you the theoretical information, the MBTI type, the Holland code, but then they both link to actual occupations. And so after you take both assessments, we will meet individually to review your results, and you will see pages and pages actually of recommendations linked to specific occupations based on the results of your assessment.